I think like 2025 is probably going to be the biggest gaming year in at least a long time. It might be the biggest, depending on if everything that we know about, of course, hits. I already showed you this, and maybe you've seen it before. This like tweet from, let's see, it was October 2024. It already had many games that we knew about. Obviously, Kingdom Come is now earlier. Shadows is already here. We know Avowed has like early access for early. Like February is gonna be a bloodbath. We all know that. And we even got like some more things in March, and then things that like Dune Awakening, like things that are still planned for that first half that we just don't really know about. And then a lot of games that do not even have release dates. And the year would have already been crazy with just these games. And of course, we know the next gen Nintendo console is happening too. And if the Switch 2 was any indication, or like the Switch first year, I should say, is any indication, it means that they will launch probably a new game every month. That's what they did with the Switch launch lineup. And that, of course, caused them to have many people get a Switch day one. And then they could build from there. So I'm sure they're going to do that, like a new Mario Kart, 3D Mario, etc., etc. Then we had the Game Awards, where we had even more 2025 games. The big one, of course, Outer Worlds, or actually it's not the biggest one, but it's like one of the big ones that we heard about for a long time. But now we learned that Obsidian is able to make 2 big games. Obviously, they're not like the size of a massive RPG. They're smaller, but still they have like tens of hours of content, obviously. And it's coming 2025, so still crazy that they're launching Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 in the same year. The biggest surprise, of course, at the Game Awards was, we're not working on an Elden Ring sequel, but a director working on Elden Ring had this idea for a multiplayer spin-off, so we're doing that, and it's launching in 2025. So it's 1-player or 3-player co-op. It's mostly focused on being co-op. It has like characters pre-made. They're basically heroes, so you're not making your own character, and they all have their own special abilities like this. I just love the fact that they are way more focused on, like, I'm getting more of like the Sekiro freedom in movement that I kind of missed in the Dark Souls and especially Elden Ring. Like having finally some parkour like this, it's just exciting to me. Like I want that. I want more freedom, and having more control over my character is great. So I'm looking forward to this. Like it's way more action focused. You're in this match. It should be like, I think 45 minutes for a match or something. And then you try to beat these bosses, of course, together or alone. Gear up, and then level up your character and do it all over again and fight the different bosses. So this is gonna be huge. Like Elden Ring sold 25 million copies. The DLC sold a lot as well. And yeah, there was already no room for some of the games. And now one of the biggest new franchises of the last decade is like, we're back. We're taking more of the money that people will be spending in 1 year. I also think this game should not be underestimated. This is, of course, Split Fiction, the new game from It Takes Two, launching March 6th, 2025. And you're like, okay, why should we not underestimate this? Well, it's because It Takes Two sold a staggering 20 million copies. I got the article right here. That is insane. And even, I sometimes look at like other, and this is like in October 2024. Sometimes I look at like sales charts and stuff, and then you still see It Takes Two just on number 10. Like it's selling like passively. It's insane. So I don't know if Split Fiction, it looks, I think, even better than It Takes Two. Of course, they're going for the whole fantasy and sci-fi mix up. They will take a lot of the learnings. It has a lot of different gameplay elements. Like, I think this could be even better than It Takes Two. And obviously, when they get the word out that the people from It Takes Two are making another game that is basically like it, I think people will jump on it. So that's another enormous game that we did not know about that is launching in March 2025. I'm looking forward to it. We now also learned that Crimson Desert. Now, we already kind of thought that this game, of course, if you don't know what this is, I don't know why, but you probably do know this, right? It's the huge open world game from the Black Desert Online people. And this was first an MMO, but then they were like, we are actually making a game that people that don't want to play multiplayer would like to play. Like an open world action adventure game. And I'm like, yes, please, thank you. So it looks amazing. And the scale of this game, like flying on the dragon here, that's insane. It looks great. So yeah, that's late 2025. I really thought this was going to be like April. But yeah, that's another big 2025 game. Then PlayStation was like, yeah, we're gonna like publish this video. Now, it includes a lot of games that you already kind of knew were gonna come. Like Ghost of Yotei, obviously. Death Stranding 2, we knew, like Little Nightmares 3, Assassin's Creed Shadows, of course, delayed, Monster Hunter, Like a Dragon. So this is all first half. I think Yotei might be like summer 2025. But yeah, that's a lot. But in this trailer, they also have some other games that you might have forgotten about. So we knew about Dragon Age or Dynasty Warriors Origins. Sid Meier's, we know about Civilization, Baby Steps, which is like another game that will probably take over YouTube Let's Play in a way. The Midnight Walk. And then we have Where Winds Meet. And I really think this is going to be a huge game. This is like an open world, kind of Ghost of Tsushima style game. They took a lot of inspiration from that, but in the Chinese, with the Chinese setting. And it's free to play. At least that is what it, like, I think is in China. So you would think that it's probably going to be here too. So that's another game that we can add to the 2025 list. We finally got like Borderlands 4 info. And yes, I want to know from you as well in the comments in the chat. What did you think of this trailer? It looks like more Borderlands, but we just should not underestimate Borderlands. And I'm mostly, of course, I think we can all kind of know, okay, this is probably going to be an 8, right? This game is going to be great. I'm totally thinking a lot of games are going to be great, but I also want to kind of focus on the impact that it will have, because this is a game like Borderlands 3. I mean, it sold well beyond the management expectations. It now sold over 16 million units in November 2022. 16 million, Borderlands 3. This game is gonna be enormous. This is the new villain that they have here. They played safe with Unreal Engine 4. Yeah, that's right. It would have been cool if they... Because if they would go to Unreal Engine 5, we would not have been like, whoa, this looks like a very big Borderlands 3 DLC. Obviously, that's not like giving it enough credit, but you could... This, like, the graphics are the same. Like, you could totally argue that the Borderlands 3 on PS5 and series look like this as well. Now, obviously, I do like the sort of... It does seem that the world has a bit more detail to it. I love what we're kind of seeing here. So, still though, if you asked a random person, is this Borderlands 3, and they did not know Borderlands 4 was a thing, they would be like, yeah, I totally think it is. But yeah, that's another big 2025 game. Mafia, of course, coming as well in summer 2025. It's going to be a smaller game though, but yeah. We know Mafia is a huge franchise too. Even Mafia 3, that did not sell very well. Sold 7 million units. It was the fastest selling game ever for 2K. But then it, of course, nosedived because it wasn't really that great. I think a lot of people are going to be excited about this. The trailer is now at 500,000, and that's on the official Mafia channel. I think it has like probably more on other channels. Like another big game. And that's... I'm excited for it. I think it could be awesome. Although I think you're probably going to finish this in a weekend. But hey, it's going to be great. Then we got like a Dying Light spin-off. Like the amount of views this has. So 1.1 million for a Dying Light spin-off that was like a DLC. So basically the Assassin's Creed Mirage of the Dying Light universe. Having that much like views shows you that even though Dying Light 2 was kind of a letdown for some people, the series is still huge. So getting another one of these games is going to be insane. And I'm looking forward to it. I think the new setting looks awesome. And going into the forest now instead of the only urban environment that we kind of had in Dying Light 2. Way more focused on ranged weapons. Obviously, the parkour still looks great, even though a lot of the animations are very much the same. But yeah, I think this is gonna be great as well. And then we also have this. Like, there are going to be many games that were not even on your radar, but that could end up being pretty good. I've not watched this trailer yet for the first Beserker, but it's like a dungeon fighter. So that's like a huge game, and they have like characters, and this is, I think, based on one of these characters. It's like an action-adventure game. This is more like a CGI trailer, though. But yeah, that's also dropping March 2025. That's crazy. Another one, Rematch. Oh, we also did not know about this. It's from the SIFU makers. Totally not the game. I loved Galactic Football back in the day. Let me know if you remember that. But like having this, come out. This could be huge. This could be pretty big if it's like plays as well as SIFU, and yeah, that's another like nice surprise for 2025. And I mean, I can keep going. Like, I got like a side-scrolling old school Ninja Gaiden. Of course, this is not gonna be huge, but it's like it shows you just like with the Game Awards that there were like even at the end of 2024, we're still getting a lot of new reveals. Obviously for 2025, if you go back a year and think about what we knew about 2024 around this time, so in December 2023, we did not know about many games that have come out since. Dragon Age, yeah, Assassin's Creed Red was kind of a thing, but we did not know it was called Shadows. So, I mean, there are way more games that I'm kind of blanking on right now, but it just shows you that even though it is already looking insanely packed, there are going to be way more games announced. But, of course, the big one is going to be GTA 6 and what that game will do. Because that's what I thought was pretty interesting overall, where you see, like, they won't go as far. Like, they only can say summer. Because if your game is coming out later than summer, then, yeah, you obviously don't want to announce that, because only Crimson Desert is not afraid of GTA 6. But yeah, a lot of games are gonna be in that August-September window, because then they know, okay, we're before GTA 6. If you're after that, then yeah, you're kind of hesitant on when you're gonna announce it. I do think Borderlands might be earlier than summer. That would be kind of crazy, because they are doing like a gameplay reveal event, I think, in early 2025, and usually they do that like a few months before launch. And of course 2K, they're the parent company of Rockstar. Like, they know what the release window, at least internally, for GTA 6 is going to be. So when they announce a release date, they can like be safe. But all the other games cannot be. So I just wanted to like give you this quick rundown. Of course, GTA 6 could be delayed. There will be a video on the channel talking a bit more about that. But it is kind of wild that we have another year where we have this many like crazy titles coming. And we don't even know all of them. We have like Horizon Online that might still drop. There might be some PlayStation games. Like last year, we did not know about Astrobot, Lego Horizon, Concord. I mean, we did know about it, but we did not know it was going to launch in 2025. Like Marathon might launch in 2025 from Sony. The Bluepoint's new IP might launch. Microsoft might have some surprises, even though they already have a lot of games announced for 2025. So it's gonna be wild. Let me know which game you're looking forward to the most, and how you're gonna make like make sure you have the time and money to play these games. But the truth of the matter is, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like, that's why I wanted to showcase that Borderlands sells 16 million. It Takes Two sold 20 million. Like, those are juggernauts that might not perform as well this year because there's so much out there, or that will suck a lot of the air out of the room, so there's not a lot left for other people. And that's what we kind of saw this year. The big AAA titles, that, like a Star Wars Outlaws, that on paper you would think, oh, that's gonna be a hit, did not do well because, hey, there's a new kid on the block called Black Myth Wukong that people liked more. And a lot of other, like the Chinese, the Asian developers have been like kind of rocking 2024. And we, like all the games I've listed here, they're all from the traditional Western developers mostly. And if like a Where Winds Meet is gonna be huge, it could totally be. That means that less people are gonna buy the other games. So I wish all the developers and publishers the best. At least we, as like gamers, have a lot of choice and can kind of pick and choose. We only don't have a lot of time and money to play everything. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy.